Sparrow's there to trade this one back.
The last match from RRQ, you know, opening map of Icebox ended up going 15-13.
Yeah.
We could be in for another long OT between these squads.
Halo semuanya, balik lagi bersama gua Standar
Jadi
92. Jadi hari ini kita watch party lagi ya guys. Lama nih gak live watch party nih guys. I miss watch party live streaming guys. Ini pertandingan antara Talon menghadapi RRQ. Guys, kira-kira siapa nih yang bakal menang di match pertama ini?
And checking around, nothing behind the box. At least
ya.
Note. Clear on the drone. Elmi Moore TPing out.
Yeah, let's try to reposition. We do have a big committal over towards the mound for now. Just 3 members. A couple still in mid though. Ban gonna be pushed out.
Good boys. Forced forward. Angle not quite cleared out.
Ini guys ya.
Peek in. Nothing gonna be spotted.
Kita lihat nih siapa
yang. A minute remaining now. Curious if Xfero just pulls the trigger on his ultimate to try to just go ahead and check an angle, try to see if he can spot out the stack, but seems like he's got a decent idea about this ending up over at C. He's got the paranoia at the ready to support Elmi more.
Yeah, there's a bunch of spam out there. I mean, there's only 35 seconds left, and looks like Governor's going to start it off.
Does manage to slide across, flash timing. Pretty decent. Governor's still at risk. Blind spray, not able to find him. So for now, still alive. Set up on top of box, op in hand. Jit boys, the monstrous backstab opportunity. MONYET though slides forward, draws out the weapon fast enough to find the kill. Now the relay bolts, they're trying to hold him at bay. Time dwindling. And opening things up here at B, but now they're committing into the C site. The neural depth coming through his band finds himself a second.
They're actually going to get this planet on C. Just pulling RRQ from one side to the other.
Absolutely astounding. Goes out the swing in. Jemkin, attention pulled in both directions. Ends up getting taken down. Cruz flushed out. Surf trying to hold his ground, but Elmi Moore comes up with a second. Governor on a hard line, but only 12 HP. And Estrella finds that kill. Now suddenly it's all on Ban. The swing out of Estrella finds the headshot. And RRQ take the round. Operator can be taken as well. And they get themselves up to map point.
How did they manage that? That was insane. I got to see this replay. I mean, Elmi Moore just coming up huge, just essentially taking a couple of 1v1s himself and a couple of headshots. And
it all comes down to this.
Yeah.
MONYET, if he gets that kill, if he doesn't get that kill rather, I mean, sure, the other players, they have enough time to react, to pivot, to turn around, but I mean, he's no longer in play. The Jit Boys is still there for Talon. And they'd like to get the round.
I think only one of our analysts has come out just yet. They're expecting overtime.
There we go.
Here they come.
Okay. Chover's walking back over to his seat now.
I don't know.
Okay, maybe it's done.
Stay over there.
Hey, I think that this overtime, very much possible. That Jit Boys with the Cosmic Divide.
Hello.
Find a lot more value compared to Xfero's here.
That's pretty much the one all.
All the piece. There's MONYET just jiggling on the corner, trying to put some shots through onto Ban, but find any connections there. Trademark cleared out.
I'm just trying to clear whatever util they can, just trying to push in, but now we see the rotation coming over towards C. There are 4 members of RRQ on the site. They are ready for this push if it comes, and it is coming in.
Stacking this wisely. Fault line going to be set. Xfero just blind spraying across, has to backpedal the Governor, able to hound him down, swings into the corner here, finds himself, but not quite a second as Estrella will finish him off. MONYET is just running at them, and he gets absolutely mauled.
Overtime ka?
It takes out one, but now it's all on Elmi Moore. Jump, the attempt here, the blind shots, just a hair off. That's getting connection onto one. But now it's only 3 bullets remaining in the headhunter.
Overtime?
Trying to see if they swing out, they do, and Ban finds a headshot, strapping themselves in. We've got overtime.
Overtime.
Guys.
By the way, sorry gua agak telat guys.
Doesn't matter if RRQ was in the lead, they could have just ended it there. It wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be that we were going to have overtime. Governor gets in. The second the wall comes down, he is ready to take out a Sparrow. And yeah, MONYET just kind of sending it And it nearly worked out. I mean, you know, I can understand on New Neon, makes sense. You know, you slide on in, they're not expecting it. You just kind of line up the headshots, but
if you
very
have
aggressive.
If you have a Phantom,
Yeah.
I'm more about it.
It was very confident.
Or a Spectre, you know, something like Odin.
Optimistic, perhaps.
But with a Vandal, you know.
In we go.
Looks like we're going to have 2 glass cannons, though, in play. Armorless for Elmymore and Governor. As I just... here comes the Odin spray.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the attack side. Jiggle, peek across. MONYET rushing forward. Governor able to avoid that one. Paranoia also gets dragged out. Hell of a util dump coming through. So he gets reset on the line, but Jimkin able to find that kill. Governor now dealt with. Still some decent damage there on to Elmymore. Could be an easy target for him, but man advantage for RRQ at the start here of this OT.
Yeah, there's a bunch of... Oh, bad.
Okay.
Able to trade it back. That is pretty huge for the team to make sure they get on even footing once again.
4v4 with 2 players who are basically dead.
Yeah. Still has all his util over towards C, and we do see that RRQ is just going to travel over towards A, where it is just Cruz with his Odin. They haven't had a lot of luck. You remember at the end of their attacking half, they were just kind of getting shredded by that Odin. But as we do see, Cruz is way back on the site. He's not in tree at this moment as they look to push towards A.
Scanning ahead.
30 seconds left.
That's certainly very suspicious. Does look like this push is coming in.
All right, well, Thrash built up. And sending it forward. Catches him here in the smoke. Cruz maybe trying to find a timing. Either way, all he finds is death. The Surf on the swing out. Catching MONYET unaware. Snappy with that headshot. Plant going to be coming through all the same here from the wingman. 3v3. Still an op-v-op. Creeping forward down here in towards the stairs. But Elmymore on the hard line has the advantage. Mosh still available from Jemkin. Spot on the one. Surf dealt with. Jit Boys now. Everything to do. The time working against him. Another tap to Mosh now. Drawn out. Jemkin rushing forward. Looking for the readjust, the reload in, but Elmymore. He's got the crossfire. He's got 3, and RRQ have map point.
That they do. Very nice round from them. You know, some aggression on a B gets traded back by Ban, which is pretty huge towards the side of Talon. But eventually this push onto A just gets so much value. See the initial kill to Jemkin, but again, he's able to get his ult down, gets the Thrash. They isolate Cruz, who is not able to hold down the A site as he's detained, and then Elmymore just gets way too much value with this operator in that exact position. Picks up 3 kills on the round, and that will be the attacker-sided win to the side of RRQ. So now it's Talon's attempt. Will they tie it up again?
Like I said, 15-13 the last series. Elmymore, knowing that he's going to be spotted out, has to just go ahead and
destroyed.
rendezvous out to safety.
They're just going to push on to C here, it looks like. Although not a full committal, they still have Ban over.
RRQ di
Oh,
match
now he's going to
pertama.
group up with the team.
He wanted to try to push forward, get some more information over at A, but the one-way setup comes through. Fault line connecting, Elmymore just really trying to pull back. Still the only person at this C site for the moment. Now is also going to be smoked off. Governor just wrapping around, getting himself situated up on top of the box. Plant coming in. Spray, not going to be able to find the connection there. Cruz drops down to safety.
It's just going to be a full 5v5 retake. There'll be more.
Ults available. Cruz finds one. He does get himself a Hunter's Fury. See if that can come into play. Here's Jim Boyce swinging across, able to spot out one. As there's 2 kills found. Jemkin and Elmymore both going to be dealt with. MONYET, shorty in hand, finds one. Still, though, do they read that there's going to be somebody up on top of the box at the moment? They're not paying attention to it. There's a drop down. Governor strikes. But not before Jim Boyce ends up dying. Sprays up into the smoke, finds himself a second now. On Estrella, the swing out. He's dead. 13-13. Keep on going.
Keep on going. Just the beginning of this overtime, I have to say.
Can production check what the all-time record is for overtime in VCT? I forget what it is.
Gila,
Something
hotel lagi,
ridiculous,
Cok.
Let's see if we can break that.
It's nice to think about breaking records. You know, they just essentially get on to C for free because they clear out the back of the site with util and they get the plant for free. And then RRQ decide they want to try to go for the full retake, but Governor just holds that angle so well. He's able to pick up, I think, 3 for himself. But yeah, essentially just kind of giving up the site, and Talon will take all that room and take the rounds.
Push out Odin in hand here.
There.
More still committing to the operator, committing to that glass cannon setup. As MONYET taking support space, clears out the cam. Has to remove this dart. This plank gets ready to come through, but shock dart a little bit too deep on the bounce. Doesn't find any damage, so Jemkin for now healthy, and Aftershock buys them some additional space. Drone leading the charge, Wingman sent out to try to go for a daze. Gets quick cleared.
They're just trying to buy a lot of time on that back angle, but it does look like Talon have to push through there right now.
Finding one, but Chip Boys and Governor, fantastic reply kill, and that's the cleanup. And Talon now get themselves up to map point themselves. The pop off coming through from Surf, rather.
Yeah, you know, he's had mostly a quiet map, but able to pop off when it matters most at many times in this map. And yeah, essentially they use so many things to try to prevent and delay this push from coming in, but eventually Talon were going to full send with all 5 members, and you know, they see barrels, nobody's checking this angle. I mean, Jip Boy's getting huge value. Surf comes in, hits a couple of headshots, and it's just a full cleanup. It does look like RRQ are a little caught off guard, and that's going to get the timeout out of them.
The final one burned here.
Guys.
Let's see though, can they keep this one going? Either make it a 16-14, close it out as swiftly as possible, but right now RRQ at risk, dropping this opening map here, the same score line that they were able to beat DFM on Icebox.
Yeah, this is it's kind of intense. I mean, Talon, the retake there on B was very nice. I think that Talon did a great job to just leave the site open and then eventually go for that retake, and RRQ were just not ready for it, so Ewok has to try to coach them for this next round, which is not going to be attack. They're going to have to defend this one, and we'll see if they can do it, because you remember Talon's last attack, they just went onto the C site. They cleared out the back of the site with some utility, and they were able to get a free plant and essentially just hold on to it with 5 members. So maybe Ewok just going to say, okay, we need a little bit more aggression, maybe some information peaks, and try to get themselves better situated for a push, which could be coming in towards B.
Oh, now more trying to swing out, not allowed any space whatsoever. Quick taps from Governor. Shuts down the chamber. Well, that much more unlikely that we can even come close to trying to break the OT record. Googled it, 24-22. Wow, back in 2021. Pre-franchising, but, you know, FPX versus Forza over in EMEA. Now, see, going to be taken here by the side of Talon. It's going to have to be a retake, but still Xfero a world away.
I mean, this is going to be rough, but they're going to look to push earlier rather than later.
Bolt line in. Oh, MONYET just holding down the Sprite. Does get rewarded with a headshot, but Ban quick to trade it out. Advantage maintained. This is Estrella now gone. Talon want to bring this map to a conclusion, and it looks like they're going to be able to do so. Just 2 more plays to deal with. Xfero noted. Finds the first one, but I don't think he's going to read this position whatsoever. He's not going to be snappy enough now. It all falls to Jemkin, who will fall down. Cruz delivers the final shot. 15-13. Talon win their map pick of Lotus.
I mean, what can you say? Tooth and nail battles, so close, so back and forth between these two teams. Some massive maps here from the side of Cruz and Jip Boys to really carry their team across the line, and just excellent stuff in the overtime as well.
Unreal. Well, solid perseverance from Talon and a great recovery after a very shaky beginning from them. Got plenty to talk about though, so let's pass this over to the analyst desk who have been waiting for quite some time.
Thank you, gentlemen. Yeah, kicking off week 2 with an overtime from RRQ, and Talon wasn't really sure which way that was gonna go. And we looked at a graphic earlier with Coach Frost and Coach Ewok with their respective punishments. And I'm pretty sure both of them were very stressed out just now watching this
Yeah,
game.
I mean,
Go
maybe
on,
Coach
bye.
Ewok just needs to buy more AA batteries. Like maybe,
He ran out.
maybe they just ran out. I
They're
don't know.
solar powered, but it's raining. And it's like, no.
I mean, RRQ just can't get away from these overtimes, first of all, which we can talk about that later. But both teams struggle to close things out. I think that's for sure. But also, I think having neons on both sides, etc., a lot of chaos, throwing them a little bit off balance throughout this entire first map.
That's right. I mean, what did you make of this quack? How do you feel about the neons in general?
Well, I mean, it's clearly a little bit chaotic at times, but you can see who, has a little bit more impact on the agent. But, again, when you zoom out and look at the game overall, it's that chaotic, sense that just really throws everyone off. And at times when you go for a huge team fight like that, it's not going to work out too well. You need to have those strats. You need to have the tacticality just to pull yourself over the edge. I think that's kind of the summary of what happened overall. And Talon, with the timeouts being called at sometimes, you can see Coach Frost really hammering down to them. You want that C site.
Yes, I think there was a lot of chaos. It was definitely a lot of fun, but a lot of moments that made you facepalm. Like, why did that happen? And I think a lot of this was happening back and forth. And it was just, yeah.
Well, let's talk about the good things,
Yes.
which was MONYET, right, on Neon. I mean, those who have followed his career and followed APAC before VCT Pacific, the partner leagues, came through, will know that his Neon was already pretty darn good, and he comes right back, never missed a beat, right? 28 kills, 292 ACS, and a lot of first kills, which is very meaningful for a duelist. So I think you definitely give credit where credit is deserved, that RRQ has now showcased that they have this flexibility. You have the guys who can rotate on and off of the duelist. Jemkin seems to be putting in a lot more time into the Gecko. I would say, again, as an individual, the Gecko looks better today than it did last week, but team comp-wise, you really needed to make every moment count for RRQ's composition because you chose to bring in the Chamber for extra firepower. Whereas on the side of Talon, you miss a couple, you still got a little bit more leeway with the extra util, you have a little bit more leeway on things like the flank and the lurk with the Cypher. So I think Talon perhaps set themselves up better for success in terms of the agent composition.
Yeah, agent composition, you can definitely see some of the effects. I mean, the Cypher allows them to kind of sneak through. Governor wasn't too shabby, right? I mean, yes, MONYET kind of eclipses him with that, 28 kills. But Governor, he was playing with an operator in the first half, and he wasn't doing too badly with it, also creating a lot of space for his team. But the one player that I really do want to highlight for talent is none other than JitBoys. I mean, it's been a while since we see Astra, and he's actually able to provide a lot of value. Always consistent with the frags, always there for the trades, but ultimately, the way that he places some of these smokes post-plant is what throws RRQ off. They are facing so many more obstacles, especially with that one, when they want to retake the site. Yes, you have the Neon, yes, you have the Breach, but you can't really break through it that cleanly because... I mean, JitBoys just places these site smokes that really block up way too much, and you're thinking about the 50-50s when you push out of those smokes.
I really like that you mentioned the Astra as well, because we've always known that JitBoys was a reliable player. He has a lot of clutch potential, one of the best,
Thank you.
etc. But Astra requires a lot of teamwork, right? This is why Astra is a very hard agent to play when you're solo queuing. So to be able to play Astra at this level and provide that impact, I think is a very, very good sign for Talon fans, because one of the biggest weaknesses this roster was working through was the language barrier. They've talked about it, that JitBoys is putting in the work to make sure he's caught up, to be able to comm smoothly in English, and perhaps they now feel that they're at a comfortable level playing things like the Astra instead of the Omen.
That, in fact, might have been the factor that helped carry them over this very close line here.
Tiba iklan, cok. Sorry guys, tiba-tiba iklan.
There's a lot resting on Bellingham's shoulders.
Well, it's only the weight of the nation. Just like it's only expectations. It's only the next big thing. It's only making history. It's only the beginning.
Dan gak kena strike ya guys.
Are we gonna see, any composition changes? Maybe not, but at the same time, Monyet's impact is still felt. I mean, that's why we had that key player highlight from the start of the day. I think that's what I want to focus on, is that Monyet is still just that good. If Talent's Ascent isn't able to, adapt to these changes, or they aren't able to find that kind of way to punish RRQ, we might see a third map.
Well, like you said, we are going to be going to Ascent, and I like what you said about Monyet. I do like how he's coming into this stage 2 with RRQ. We saw him last year as a controller, had some really awesome plays, especially on Split, but this stage 2, I feel like he's gone flashier. It is an absolute delight to watch him do
what 3 months on Paper X can do for you.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Like you feel that energy, right?
Player, just send him to Coach Alex for 3 months. He'll get him fixed up right away.
It might stress you out a little bit.
W Gaming, you gotta do this. Push.
Yeah, and when he gets it, it's like, wow, that was really cool. And that's really Paper X style being brought into RRQ. Now we're going to Ascent. RQ, let's go overtime on Ascent as well. I don't know if we're going to do that today, but like you guys, like everyone at home, I'm very excited to see the potential of a new comp. Now, we don't get to see the agent picks yet, which is going to make this question very difficult for our guest in game. We're all so high ranked right now at bronze. And the question is, which team will have the player with the highest ADR in map 2?
Oh. Okay. So the player with the most damage, essentially.
Yes. So for context, stage 1, it was Jemkin and at 151 and Ban at 137. Ooh. The thing is,
close.
With the comp changes, potential role changes, things could be changing here. So, higher. Oh, this is so hard, actually. This is actually really hard. Easy? All right, you guys show it. I'm going to choose based on your arguments. That's how I'm going to do this. Oh, I was going to pick. Okay, make your case.
Well, I mean, we just saw it. Monyet, secret weapon. He just does everything. And at the same time, you also mentioned Jemkin was one of the highest damage from stage 1. So,
casternya prediksinya ini.
Yeah, I just think the way that RRQ plays is going to lend to one person having a lot more of a high ADR win or lose. Whereas Talon, what they just showed on Lotus was a very util-based team style. And I feel like Talon might bring out the Deadlock Cypher comp as well, which has been starting to run rampant. So that would take a lot more ADR out, where you have to kind of just each get one kill.
All right.
What do we know? What do we get paid for?
They might get the ADR, but whether or not they win the map, that's a whole other story.
All right, well, I hope you guys are rewarded for your guess, because in terms of comps, we're sticking classic with the team comps today.
Yeah,
but this is different for Talon.
Yeah, because Ban's picking up the Jet here. So he used to be playing the KO in stage 1, but it seems like Governor's picking up the KO a bit more wherever they so need a bit of a shift. Surf gets to stick to a Sentinel role, which he's always been great at, and Ban. Now, even last year on T1, whenever he picked up Jet was when Ban shined the most. So I have full faith that Talon Esports should be able to slot right in. The real question is Cruz's Silva, how good is it now on Ascent?
Yeah, at the same time, I mean, Ben has been playing this on Split, but I'm more curious, is Estrella's calling going to be good for RRQ on this map?
Oh my goodness. With these two on the Jets, my prediction might be wrong for the guessing game. All right, we are going to go into game 2. Ascent between these two teams. Let's go over to our casters, Achilleos and Valdez.
Thank you very much. No overarching changes, still some standard compositions, but still shuffling in the roles, especially for the side of Talon. Now, we haven't seen them play on Ascent since week 1 of stage 1. That was versus Gen G. They kind of got blown out of the water. That was when we were seeing Governor pick up this KO. It never mind. I was wrong. Governor was playing the Jet, my bad. But that was when they had Lenny in the team still. That was him playing the Sova. So because Cruz is the one picking up the Sova, the roles get shuffled around a little bit more here. So Ban's back over onto the Jet.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that.
Halo Bang Izza, gimana kabarnya? Baik, puasa mungkin, alhamdulillah. Kamu gimana kabarnya? Sehat?
And RRQ will take that very happily.
They certainly will. MONYET, well, for those who predicted for RRQ to have the highest ADR. Off to a roaring start. Collects himself 2 kills. This is going to be a long lurk here from Jit Boys, trying to swing his way around in towards B main, but turret's still set up to note him. It's going to have to be cleared out unless you can a bit of smoke to it. So that's going to be MONYET dealt with a serve. 2 quick taps. Shock Dart not going to connect. Suddenly, a 2v3.
It's definitely doable. There's not that much time, but
Jit Boys hanged out there on the recon. Grabs himself a ghost, but time is
Jihad,
the drone to go ahead and check paranoia. On to all 3 players here. So comes back into Bones.
Sekarang lagi sibuk apa?
Call on Jit, and he just can't get it done. Jemkin with a finisher there on 2. RRQ collect themselves a pistol round win.
yeah, I mean, this round nearly brought back by a little bit of heroics from Surf, from Spawn, but at the end of the day, it really just comes down to this. I mean, everybody's watching this angle. They have a big stack over here, and Talon just try to send a flash and try to get over there.
Why we become like Talon, guys?
What's that supposed to mean?
Must be good, right? Yeah, must be very positive. No,
they have a solid record at least. So.
Yeah, I mean, they did just lose the first map to Talon, so couldn't be that bad, I guess. But yeah, not too much to analyze from that one, as now Ban's trying to get out here, and he will take some damage already. And there's the Seraph shot, huge from him.
For a second, but it's going to be LB but now Jit Boy's getting involved, and it looks like history's going to repeat itself, albeit potentially inverted here. Xfero tries to rewrite the timeline. Now at risk of losing their own anti-eco round here, RRQ.
This should not have happened this way. Estrella low, but Xfero able to hold on to that angle with the Vandal. And that's going to make things very difficult for Surf. I mean, if he isolates Estrella in this 1v1 and just right-clicks him, maybe. But now he's taking some damage. And
could still do a little bit more here if he finds the kill onto Estrella. That would strand another weapon.
Yeah.
Vandal, of course, the most crucial one for them to carry forward.
What?
As both players get tucked back in towards main. Seems like Surf just going to make the call. Knows that Estrella's low. Would love to try to go for that kill, but doesn't want to give over any more ult charges.
Yeah,
Xfero is already just 3 away from having that lockdown online. So we'll just go ahead and opt to die to the spike.
Yeah, some little fun there as well. But yeah, RRQ able to hold on to that. Definitely did not start out very well for them, but that one Vandal that Xfero brought into the round ends up paying in dividends. Starts out with Ban, just a quick, sharp Sheriff shot, and then a stack. As you know, you see RRQ trying to force push into that one, and they're met with a lot of resistance, maybe more than they were expecting. And then Xfero essentially, as I mentioned before, he's able to hold on to that Vandal. He holds on to the angles and keeps the round together. So no eco victory, no thrifty this time around, and RRQ will start off with 2. Jemkin versus Ban. Who do you think is going to have higher ADR?
Right now, probably Jemkin, as he is able to find the kill. But are going to be taken down, and that's going to be a weapon picked up for Estrella. Still with the Sheriff in hand. Jit Boys tucked back behind. Paranoia not going to connect, nor with a flash. And Jit Boys collecting 2, looking for that third. Can't quite make it happen. Jemkin keeps them in the lead. Oh, and Xfero. He plays this so perfectly. Crew's down with everything to do, but he can't get anything done. Snappy shot from Elmore. That's going to be a bonus conversion as RRQ start things off 3-0 on the attack.
Yeah, 3-0 on the attack. It's a bonus, and they keep 3 people alive. It's a really clean bonus round from them. I mean, essentially, they just push onto the A side. Xfero, as you mentioned, he's in the perfect spot, just ready for the rotation, and then Elmore. Everybody hitting their shots, just multiple headshots across the board, and a really crisp and nice round for the side of RRQ. Got to be happy with that one if you're Ewok or any fans watching, because just very clean stuff from them. You know, outside of that push into A, I guess, in the second round, but this third round, can't really complain.
The slower start here, RRQ respecting the thrifty potential as Governor. Oh my God, he's just lined up on him. The
just
smoke
click.
About to dissipate. He tucks back. All noise cut across the map.
Into. Oh, no.
Just hanging out in mid, just hoping that someone will jiggle peek. We did see that ban was just a little bit, but he didn't really commit to a lot of information. And now he's over here in B main.
Your fault.
Snappy with a headshot still. Sparrow taken down. Weapon gonna be snatched up. Vandal now in hand as RRQ for the entry. Paranoia nicely timed, but Lumber unscouted. Cruz able to find one.
Hey.
The weapon. Jumpkin's gonna be taken down. Fan now able to find Elmi more. Suddenly it's all on MONYET. The TP forward. MONYET finds the first headshot. Rushing forward. The 1v2. Plenty of weapons recoverable here.
I don't know why it seems like the rounds where the opponents don't have weapons. Oh, he's going over to A.
This is so good. He knows that Chipboys has already used his ultimate. Now he's across the map, suspecting that he was going to be surrounded. 0 point is well committed.
Monyet, tinggal sendiri nih.
MONYET with a fantastic reposition. The door now going to be shut, and he actually gets in front of it. If he clutches this, this is one of the most brilliant rounds that I've seen.
I think he must have heard that, right?
Ping's coming down, though. He's about to double face into them. Governor is able to find the shot. There you go. Ooh, what a rescue of the round here from Talon.
Yeah. Again, I mean, they made the second round really difficult for RRQ, and they made this fourth one difficult. They came into this one with, I think, a shorty and 2 sheriffs, and they're going to pick up the Thrifty this time around on the defense. And just starts off with Ban, you know, he was checking a market at first, and then Cruz is hiding in the corner, and nobody checks it, and it's just confusion, you know, he's looking all around, doesn't know where Cruz was. He picks up the Phantom, I think it was, and just picks up a second kill. It's just way too much value out of 1 sheriff and 1 shorty.
Oh boy, dueling Odins, here we go.
It's a.k.a.'s favorite time.
Yeah, I love this so much. And look at the lineup on the opposite side. There's the opening spray. There's Elmi more drop.
Nice banget. Tembaknya ditembak, gila.
Finding absolutely nothing. And Sparrow also falls. Cruz comes up with another
Push.
one.
Hebat,
Wise
Cok.
to the angle here. Suspecting
Tembaknya
the
dari
push out.
tembok.
Does find Ban. So puts the operator down on the floor. The man advantage still very much here for Talon.
Oh boy.
And Chin Boy's all the way up at top mid.
Strike down mid.
Peeks out. MONYET not ready for that one.
Yeah, I mean, they win the Odin duel, and then picks up a second one with the Odin, and we did see, yeah, Ban goes down, but then immediately Jitboys is just so pushed down, taking so much value, and now he's going to pick up Estrella, and it's only Jemkin. I mean, he's taking so much of the map down, and RRQ, they just kind of got holed up in this one corner, especially after losing that Odin duel. Doesn't feel very good for them now.
Here's the footsteps as Governor, just going to be grabbing the orb. Now 1 away. From having that null command online, the push forward finds it, so null command going to be gifted in death. Jemkin would love to recover the Odin, but doesn't want to push forward, doesn't want to put himself at
30
risk.
seconds left.
Smoke down, wary that somebody could be lingering up through that one, so if they hear the pickup of the weapon, they could just swing out of the smoke and try to find the kill.
Yeah, just going to play it patiently. Maybe if this is solo queue, he pulls out the knives and tries to go crazy, but there's no reason to do that here.
10 seconds
In this
left.
point in time, we're getting a nice little view on that operator on the ground in the middle of the map.
Yep, in the last few seconds, Surf going to get a smoke to go ahead and work his way across to recover that. Can be carried forward. It's going to be Talon getting themselves 2 round wins in a row. Cash shaky now on the side of RRQ. Stabilized for Talon.
Yeah, and once again, really just comes down to this. Lineup wins against Elmimore.
God, it's such engaging gameplay.
He is the better Sova, and he does it again, blind.
The Odin King.
Odin King, a.k.a.'s.
Yeah,
Oh,
King of the Hollow Crown,
Here.
as far as I'm concerned. But, you know, it's in the game. Might as well take advantage of it. RRQ, just we're not prepared.
Well, he's practiced that, I guess. Or maybe he just, you know, picked an angle and just got lucky. And it works out in a big way. And that's really all we highlight from that round, because that was the biggest part, that he's just able to get 2 blind Odin kills and put them very far ahead. They all get...
Okay, for a second on the silhouette, I thought he was pushing out in towards Pizza. Van, though, can't see. Peeks out, looks for the flick, but Estrella with a nice headshot. Shuts that down.
Headshot.
Saw he didn't hit the shot and he was about to start the dash. I feel like I heard the noise.
Oh, there's the reveal, and here we go again. No, cannot overstay. No, the pressure is coming through, and he will get hounded down. Surf now surrounded, dealt with. Governor as well, dropped to the floor. As it is suddenly just Jit Boys left. Will peek out Estrella there in front of him, will be able to claim it. That's going to be flawless here in response as RRQ get themselves a fourth and stretch the lead even further.
Yeah, they got that initial pick and then eventually just push in towards B, and enough utility into the members that were on that B site, especially Cruz, who did not get any value out of his Odin this time around. Starts out with this initial pick and then eventually, you know, they shoot through the wall. They just essentially swarm the site, and the Jit Boys actually does peek out here. It's the RRQ viewing party in Jakarta.
Ada yang nobar nih di Jakarta.
Look pretty cool.
Some nice
Kelas,
movie
cok.
posters up on the wall. Spotted Casablanca there.
And a timeout already. 4-2. Casablanca.
But yeah, timeout going to be called here from Talon.
Do you think I've seen that movie?
I know you haven't seen that movie. You still haven't seen The Godfather.
No, I have. That's the one that I have seen.
Have you seen part 2?
I don't think so.
It's the best one!
I think I only watched the first. It was good, but then, you know, I had other things to do. And, yeah, I mean, this is already 4-round wins for RRQ on the attacker side. And they're showing their dominance. They won that pistol round, and it's really helping them stretch that lead. Talon got a couple in a row, but then that last round was really one-sided, obviously being a flawless. So, decent time to call a timeout and try to calm them down.
Up again once again here in hand for ban. Peek out over in towards tiles. 0 point going to be noting him. They should suspect that there's going to be an op in play. Double setup here at bench though. This is going to be a trade back. A lot of damage dealt over to MONYET, down to 17 HP. Continues to swing out wide and gets a spot on the surf. He's away in towards market. Overall, Talon getting the better of that exchange.
Yeah, absolutely. Jemkin also very low on his AC.
Cruz now in a bit of a rough position. Top of his own team's Nano Swarm, but Van catching a glimpse, able to find the shot. Ellie Moore going to be taken down, but now the lockdown in play.
Killjoy.
Killjoy. The boats ends up falling, and Ban just going to have to back away, keep himself safe. Stop himself from getting detained, but still opportunities here for this 2v3 to come to fruition. Both MONYET and Jemkin have been tagged up.
Gonna start playing this one slow.
One op shot, another one. It's Jit Boys. Creep his way forward, but ready with the backstab is Xfero. If he hears anything.
Oh.
Drop down into the site. He swings up, but Jit Boys with a readjust. Finds it suddenly. That much more winnable. Smoke drops. Jemkin able to find one. This is all on Jit. He just can't quite line it up. So close being able to find MONYET, but he will be the last one standing.
So close.
Yeah, I mean, just waiting in the smoke, pushes out, and then immediately just gets 180 no-scoped in the head. That was kind of the craziest moment, but a lot of rotations coming in. Starts out with a straight here on top mid, and a lot of swarm grenade damage that does come down. The aggressive lockdown as well, and then just some really sharp angles. MONYET barely winning it with 17 HP.
Nice gotcha.
And 5 rounds already for the side of RRQ.
Yeah, and the more they rack up on the attack, the better set they are. Going over to that defending side. Here's Dart at the ready. Starts pulling away for a brief little moment. If he reads where the dart comes from, could get some quick spam across. Except we'll just have to clear it out. He's able to back away. Hunter's Fury ready to go, but the bold time to try to use it here while they're in this thrifty round.
Xfero just pushing ahead, but no committal just yet. But we do see the rotation coming in from the entire team over towards the outside of B main. And it's going to be all up to Cruz here. Let's see if he sends Hunter's Fury in this spot.
You only spotted one. Seeing the killjoy doesn't really tell you too much.
Yeah.
Flash over the top. Now should have a decent idea about it. So Shock Dart set, just looking to clear out the KJ util. And that does take out the Nano Swarm. Cruz suppressed the null command, not allowing him to even try to use it should he have wanted to. Bam, into the smoke. Push forward. Doesn't manage to find one. Ends up getting dropped. Be able to ramp it. Yep, Jemkin having line of sight. Takes him down. Jump peek. Some damage dealt here over to MONYET, but Widely going to be fine in that frenzy at that range. Not going to be able to do a damn thing. Governor picks up the Sheriff. Gets the headshot. Follow up onto Xpharaoh. That's some fantastic damage dealt. Does he have more? Weapon now. Hand delivered. On the spot. Seeing one over at boats. Fragment going to be sent in deep. Jemkin Howard pushing up behind the boxes, and he cannot readjust. Some nice snappy shots, but not around win. RRQ now up to 6.
Yeah, and it's just desperation. I mean, he's alone back there with the Sheriff. He does get a couple of kills. It looks very nice, but it's still a very dominant RRQ round win. And it starts out with Cruz getting a little spicy there in boats with the Shorty. But eventually, you know, just gets cleared out by the Odin as well. And Governor, you know, credit to him. Very nice shots, but even able to pick up the Vandal, not able to do it. And Jemkin does take him down. So 6-2 now for RRQ.
Dan holding. Committed my updraft to get into this position. I'm not going to drop down that easily.
Sova's going to spot each other in a way. Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
MONYET's dead. Just like that.
Governor heating up. Another null command on the way, just one away from that. Good amount of ultimates to utilize here for the side of Talon. Lockdown, you can counteract Elmimore's Hunter's Fury with one of your own there from Cruz. But the Odin's going to keep doing things.
Yeah. Takes down Surf. And immediately that, you know, they already did have Ban over there, but now he's the only guy on the site. And there's 3 members of Talon over on A, but as we know, it's just Ban to try to stop the entirety of this push that is coming in right now.
Flash him off the angle, the repeat is going to be good. Xpharaoh going to be taken down. Moving in before that fragment comes into play.
30 seconds left.
Damage taken here from Ban, but no closer to really making their way into the site. They don't have any smokes to try to cut off this angle. Other than that cloud burst, but that's going to dissipate very soon. Second one going to be sent in. We'll be looking for the timing shot, but there you go. All out into the open, all taken down. Talon, they'll break the win streak, get themselves a 3rd round win.
Yeah, RRQ really got themselves into an awkward spot there. They didn't have a way to really get the spike to the plant zone, and ends up, you know, even with that Killjoy kill early on, it didn't matter. Van was able to hold his angle, and they didn't really have an answer for him, as you were saying, and eventually through market as well, they were able to shut it down. Starts off Governor's pick off,
One enemy remaining.
and then eventually they push in right as they know RRQ are going to commit, and it's a really clean cleanup there from Talon. Best situation for them is that they tie it up and try to have a similar attacking side. Still advantage RRQ here.
Oh, your boy spotted out there. Going forward, full flash connecting. Jemkin able to find one. The peek out from Ban finds one. Cruz covering fire. One before getting traded out. Ban with the repeat. Another one looking for the 3rd. Oh no, Killwin's forward.
One enemy
But somehow
remaining.
goes unpunished. Until this very moment. MONYET finding one with a shorty, but Governor able to just go ahead and clip him right through the floor. Talon starting to run things back, looking for another 6 and 6.5.
Yeah, a lot of flashes sent onto the site, and they do get a couple of picks, but Talon were ready for this push. As we're going to see here once again, you know, Ban, second he gets on flash, immediately gets out of there, and gets a 2nd kill. And eventually he does, or rather, TLN straight onto the site, but still he's got some teammates to back him up. He already did pull his weight, and so RRQ going to take their first timeout after a couple of more rounds going the way of Talon. RRQ are still in control, but yeah, definitely a couple of very dominant rounds here to the side of Talon.
Yep, the last 2 have been very solid. RRQ getting a little bit scrambled on these entries. That operator's starting to cause them some issues. I mean, they're dealing with it quite easily in the first bit of this map. But Ban has been heating up. He's been finding more value. Governor as well, very much coming online. As there's always plenty of emphasis behind Frost's words.
Yeah. You say, give him some credit there at the end. He's like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, there's always stuff to improve on. So regardless of if those rounds looked very clean, still a lot to talk about. And man, going to pick up that operator once again. Economy in a very good spot here for Talon. As I mentioned before, if they can close this one out with 6-6, it's not that bad.
And it's very possible if they win this round. Money-wise, RRQ still going to be in a bit of a weakened position. I mean, you see Estrella down to 800. Full loss bonus will be coming into play, but let's see what the game plan looks like here for RRQ. For now, one-way setup. Jit Boys just peeking off this. It's ready to set up the next smoke.
Yeah, and we do it again. But big rotation over here from the side of RRQ. It looks like they do want to push towards A once again.
Back off the angle. Newmore was considering sending out the drone. Opts to hold on to this one, and now smoke dissipating. Four-man creep up here into A main. Fragment to try to buy some time. Jemkin there on the entry, but Governor.
Oh,
the Fragment actually takes out Newmore.
Yeah, not sure how he managed that, but
it wasn't like he wasn't even paranoid, so just ends up falling. Plant will come through all the same, but lockdown available from Surf. And Newmore dead. Don't have any way to try take this one down unless Estrella has a lineup. Fragment does go out. Will it get the clear out? It's riding on top of it. Gorgeously set up. Lockdown completely nullified.
Yep.
Oh, spot on the cruise. He's able to drift away. Push out of the smoke. MONYET going to be taken down straight as well. Falling. Sparrow holding here at main. Sprays through Surf. Getting tagged so very low. Jemkin pushes back up towards heaven. Spots one. Spots them both. And Jemkin with the 3K. Will get RRQ up to 7.
Well, that's one way to do it. I mean, they just anchored themselves on the sites. You saw Xfaro with the Phantom getting huge value there through the smoke, nearly taking out 2 members. Gets the first one and then nearly gets a bonus kill, and then Jemkin on the site. This is this first one. Gets the guy running through the smoke, and Jemkin just hiding in the smoke himself, peeks out, and nobody's covering him. They don't even realize he's in there. And yeah, he's just able to do just huge stuff for his team. He's now up to 15-5 on this map. So I asked you before, Achilles, about who's going to have higher ADR. It looks like with all of those kills, almost definitely Jemkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking like it.
Push forward here.
Out of my way.
I managed to get this KO out in the mid. I know that there's going to be someone there. Avoid the flash ban. Playing that beautifully. Finds one, but Jemkin continues to push forward with the knives in hand. Strikes him down. That's going to be a massive trade up here for RRQ.
Yeah, I mean, that's gigantic. And they want to send it into A right now.
El Command could be spotted. Jit Boys able to find MONYET. Straya just tucked back for now. Jit continuing to peek forward, swings into tree, finds one, avoids the knives, but Straya actually able to find him. Loaded spray. Went across, just trying to find what damage they could deal. This plant will come through. Up over the top, the dink into the kill. Now all on the IGL Estrella to try to close things out. They know that it's going to be back gen. Wants to swing. Odin Spray will dissuade him, and for his sake, Estrella, that's probably a good thing. Spotting the shoulder. It's going to be Surf who takes it down. 7-5 at the half. Talon keeping themselves in with a shout.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, keep in mind this was 6-2 at one point, and eventually 7-5. It's not fantastic for them, but they keep themselves within touch and distance, as you mentioned. So RRQ, though, a very strong attacker side, just getting a lot of momentum very early on. They get that bonus round win. They were up at 3-0. Talon did fight back, but then 3 more rounds did go RRQ's way. So Talon certainly starting off pretty slow, and we do have some data that Talon have not had a lot of success on the attacker side here.
Very true. 70% not a number that you want to be seeing, but I also think that Ascent hasn't been played much for them this year. there's not that much to pull from.
Yeah.
Take a quick glance at it and see particularly how many games. But again, you know, I hadn't played it. Only played it once in the entirety of Stage 1, and that was versus Gen G. Granted, early doors, just after Madrid, so Gen G, that was when they were in their kind of shakier form. But it was still a 2-0.
Yeah, Talon still struggled there. And I always love looking at the coaches, just trying to feel the vibes, you know. Kind of a sheepish grin on the side of Ewok, and Frost kind of doing Frost things as always. Not a big mix-up there. Do see similar pistol round wins, but we have seen it kind of go both ways so far in this matchup between Talon and RRQ so far today. RRQ did get huge value at the beginning of this map with a pistol round. Let's see if Talon can match that.
Now that I think about it, I think that 17% doesn't take kickoff into the equation. I think it's just Stage 1.
Yeah, it did say Stage 1 and Stage 2.
17% on attack win rate versus Gen G. Not going to paint that big of a story for us. But overall, on the year, they are 1-3. Last time they had a win was back at the beginning of kickoff versus Team Secret, I believe. Governor, though, quickly taking some space, working his way down. Cat, Monyet, just behind the smoke. Peeks out as it dissipates, and Governor able to find the kill, but quickly traded out. His band comes up with 2. Jeffkin and Xfero both going to be dealt with. Tailwind over to the side, trying to keep himself safe. Peeks, catches a glimpse of Elmore, takes him down. Surf will find the finisher. That's going to be us tied up at pistol rounds 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? Just holding some really nice long angles there with some ghosts in mid. Also, the fight one outside a tree, and then immediately traded back. But it really just comes down to Ban hitting some nice shots, picks up 3 kills on the round. And we're going to watch his view. 1, 2. And then eventually, I love this as well. He puts up the cloud burst, but he knows exactly where Elmore is going to stand and just knocks him down, headshot through the smoke. And then Surf does finish it off. So Talon, that's a really good start for them. Sure. Could make this map really interesting once again. Overtime a second time, perhaps?
Why the hell not? Swing out, Jeffkin swings wide, Ban. Watching the challenge, but not quite getting the angle, but ultimately the turret's still not cleared out. So the mission from RRQ failed here. Jit Boys just jumping up over the top. Monyet trying to peek and see if anyone comes through that smoke.
Jit Boys. Oh. Saw the barrel, saw the guy.
He's going to re-peek him. Yeah, an absolute
again
menace, but yeah, will get taken down as the double swing comes through. Elmore was able to find 1. Weapon, however, not picked up. No chance, no time to really go for that one over in B main. So just have to start rushing their way over towards this A site.
Yeah, they clear out every corner. I mean, they clear wine. Elmore, though, another one.
I mean, this guy with sheriffs is just something else. Does get picked up, shot starts locked up over the top, and that's just going to be the shooting range set up here for the remaining players of Talon. Overall, not too bad. Then on maybe a weapon. Plenty of money backed up, and that's us now tied.
Yeah. See how this bonus goes. If Talon could also match a bonus win. I mean, they already won the first map. It still does feel like, even with RRQ's strong attacking side, that perhaps Talon have the momentum as, yeah, easy kill right there. But eventually, yeah, they just have to try to peek all together. And they just get mowed down by some rifles. And it's not very close. So let's see how this round is going to go.
Player set up. Quick clear on the turret. I think Sparrow pushing forward. Nano at the ready. Only more off the angle. Try to send out the dart. Waiting for one as well. And so far, Sparrow unnoted here at switch. Now decides to strike. Swings out, finds one. Paranoid crashes across. He's in a bit of a rough spot, but there's no way for anybody trying to pay attention to him. Very swift and clean response here from RRQ. Themselves on the board on this defending half.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is, you know, they're trying to push into B. They don't have much firepower, and the smokes are in their face. They don't clear out switch, and then there's just way too much value. Elmore also getting that kill on a Ban who's in the cloud burst, and yeah, just Xfero as well, just sitting at switch, unaccounted for, and you're just being fired at from so many different directions. that it was kind of over before it began. That RRQ was very well prepared for that push to come in. So Talon gonna have to reconsider their options as they go for their full buy themselves. We'll see how this one does go for them. They are looking to go down catwalk here early on, but immediately as I say that, they decide, hey, let's not do that, and maybe look to go towards A, where there are 3 members of RRQ waiting nearby.
Still has a 0 point. If you opted to send it, it would just be the tell-all.
Here.
Oh, is he going to swing off this? Goes in solo, but Ban right out in front of him. Able to take him down now. Null command going to be invested here from Governor. Charging his way into this A site. We'll push out through tree. They want to take a glimpse over in towards mid. Nothing going to be spotted, and Plant can now come through.
Spike planted.
All commands expired.
Here.
4v5 on the retake, going to prove to be quite difficult here for him. Door now broken. And is backing away. Playing right here in hell. Why does Church Mouse ready to strike? Shock Dart going to be lobbed in, but Jit Boys comes in with 2. Jemkin now here on the site, cannot make it happen, cannot find that follow-up kill. It's only Jit to die. It's Talon, once again, keeping things neck and neck.
I mean, Ban just kind of running around on the site, you know, throwing cloud bursts. There's a lot of smoke, there's a lot of chaos, and he's once again able to put up some huge numbers. So maybe he heard us talking, he definitely didn't. But anyway, he decided he really needed to turn up the heat here on the attacker side, and he is playing the duelist role excellently. He gets flashed, doesn't matter. Full flash still hits the headshot. Gets onto the site. He's got some support from Jit Boys. And then eventually he's just able to stay alive the entire round underneath. And they hear him the whole time, doesn't matter. Just a very nice push onto A after they get that initial pick.
Hunter's Fury being popped here from Elmimore. Fishing for something, but nothing going to be spotted. It's just around the corner. Gas about to expire. Rushes forward, sends it to the right click, but Elmimore still standing. 2 HP. Couple shots in, but it's going to be the shorty that ends up claiming him. Doesn't manage to put some good damage down on the Governor and Jit Boys all the same.
Kameranya pasti aman.
One player without a rifle dealt with on both sides.
Yeah. Cruz with his Odin, maybe looking to push towards A by himself. The entirety of the team is moving over as we speak. Decent B main stack from the side of RRQ, but that's not going to be where this push comes in. Straya, are we going to have some flashpoints thrown in this time?
One.
Yeah.
Does have a 0 point. They're going to use the recon just to check over in towards wine as the smoke starts to come down. 0 point catches onto everyone. Flash sent out, but the blind sprayed through, puts him down to 5. MONYET now. TPing on top of the fragment, I believe. Ends up taking quite a bit of damage.
30 seconds left.
Swing out there, and Estrella able to find 2 quick kills. Instantly dealing with him, and Cruz now in an impossible spot. As RRQ, the pendulum swings back in their direction. They regain the lead.
Yeah, I mean, essentially they were able to do so much in terms of doing damage to MONYET. They also were able to do a bunch to Estrella, but the fact that they kind of lost Ban early on certainly did hurt them. And then they kind of slow push through the smoke, trying to cover every single angle. But then eventually, you know, right when they go for the swing on the side of RRQ, it's just, you're not going to be able to cover every single angle. And saw that they were able to get the drop on them as that slow push did not work out at all for the side of Talon. RRQ were able to get over there in time because of how slow that push was. So now, Talon, maybe they will commit to the catwalk push this time around. They do have the spike with them, and maybe some mid pressure this time around.
Throwing the check here into mid. Spot out Governor. Just back away for the time being. Tailwind at the ready to swing it here from Ban. Finds the headshot. Does take a little bit of damage there on the entry, but still standing. Spirit gets cleared up, and now Xfero. Only one here on this B site. All of his util already set up, already burned. Ban taking quite a bit of damage up over the top. Sparrow able to find the headshot anymore. He's from Alley. He's just spamming into the smoke and finds 2 kills. Spike's now stranded backstairs. Surf, however, I believe has gone unscouted, but He wants to drop down. Yep, noise is going to be made.
One
Pushing forward now.
enemy remaining.
Noted. The drag across. Xfero eventually stabilizes it. And once again, it's 4 players alive as RRQ get up to 10.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do about that? They're trying to push smoke. The initial part of that push was great. I think they get in onto the site pretty well, but they don't clear Boathouse, and they're not able to clear Alley. And eventually, Helios' favorite part of Valorant,
God, it's
Elmimore just kind of spamming through, and nobody's
so
able to
damn
deal
good.
with it.
God, Odin plays like the Citizen Kane of Valorant gameplay.
Yeah.
Just doesn't get better than this.
And they're going to call a timeout after that one. I mean, yeah, I feel like these executes could be slightly more decisive, but overall, I feel like Talon are doing pretty good at the start of the pushes, but not really able to kind of swing for the fences towards the end of them. So they start off well, but not able to get the round wins. So kind of tough to tell what they want to go for. They've tried a lot of different angles as well. They haven't pushed too often into B, but when they do, you know, Ban's up in the air and he gets his head taken off, and it doesn't go all too well for them. So maybe reconsidering.
Yeah, really nice adjustment from Xfero. Util timing on point. Forces Ban to have to updraft off the Nano. Just overall, a very, very nice setup from him.
Placing swamp grenades.
So now we'll see if that timeout does help them at all, because they have lost a couple of rounds in a row now. And yeah, not too much in terms of firepower this time around. They do have a couple of Vandals, do Talon, and that is about it.
Jemkin just going very far forward. Only the turret really set up for any notification about a push. Drone, though, from Cruz, very wise to the potential positioning here, and that's going to force him away. Bam in the meantime, entering over towards A, finds the first shot. MONYET going to be taken down. Spike, however, is still on the opposite side of the map. It's still in Cruz's hands. They can't just go ahead and take the site.
Yeah, again, just they get this pick, and from here, Talon, they just really need to lock down. They need to be able to check those corners, not get killed by some Odin spam as they make their way onto a site, and they're pretty much golden. Again, as I said before, I think the early parts of these rounds have been good. They've been getting the picks. They've been having the right peak timings, but getting the utility very solid and onto the sites is going to be the next important step.
Well, now that 0 point tells Jemkin that Ban is going to be set up over towards Wine. Usage there is Cloudburst to try to work his way out. Paranoid connecting, so Jemkin can't peek off of that. A nice recon value, but now with 30 seconds left, Talon scrambling, start working their way over towards B. TP forward, but Xfero already able to deal with one, clears at the Nano. He doesn't TP into the site, he TPs into B main, and now Jit Boys held at bay. 15 seconds remaining. Smoke set up, he tries to get ahead of it. He's not ready, Jit Boys finds that headshot, takes him down. Keeps him in an opportunity to try to win this one out. Straight out, last man standing, swings out, finds a headshot onto one. Single shot from either would do the trick. And Jit Boys just misreading the approach. Estrella will bail them out. He'll clutch it up, and RRQ will get to 11.
Yeah, that might be the nail in the coffin. That one was getting pretty close. I mean, he was able to clutch it out, it says, but, you know, there was a bunch of Sheriff kills that went their way, and they were held at bay here, even 5 versus 4, just by Estrella and Xfero towards this side, and eventually Estrella. Very happy with the way that one went, and perhaps a lot of relief as well with that reaction.
Euphoric moment for Estrella.
He certainly enjoyed it quite a bit. So now, a bit of a split now, maybe looking for, you know, they have been getting some nice peaks onto A, but a bit of a switch up in terms of RRQ's defense, actually. Xfero over here towards A.
Oh dear, man, is just dead. MONYET just reading that beautifully. Jit Boy's now spotted. Xfero just dancing around. Bricks here. Start at the ready. Just again, angle a little bit too off. Jemkin working his way forward and cannot find the shot. Surf able to win that one out. The rare Killjoy taking down the Jet with the op and B. As Surf finds more damage dealt. many more going to be taken out now. That's going to be 3v4 advantage here for Talon.
You should
Sweet
run.
Odin revenge as well. Just trying to peek that one in, and Surf just holds the angle. He's able to take it down, and so yeah, lockdown coming in, and this is going to get them to B site. This could be huge. Clutch from the side of Surf to bring Talon another round and a chance in this map.
30 seconds left.
Plant now coming through. Cruz trying to hold the angle here from behind. Estrella going to be noted. Recon over the top, going to have to be cleared out.
Enemy down.
It is not, but Cruz winning out the fight. Estrella on the ground. MONYET now challenging forward. Puts him down low on HP, but cannot confirm the kill. There's still 3 players to deal with here on the site itself. Swing in, Jit Boys. Again, softened up, but not dealt with. It's going to be served. He's able to find a third. Gets taken out, but Jit Boys with the finisher will bring Talon up to 9.
Yeah, and again, I don't think that round was supposed to go the way of Talon, but Surf just kind of lurking in B main. They don't expect him there, or at least Jemkin is expecting, if there is a Killjoy, that he would win the duel. But he just gets his head taken off, and then Surf, he knows somebody's going to recheck it, takes Elmi Moore's head off, and he picks up a 3rd kill as well. So really highlight on him to bring that round over to Talon and save it for them and keep this map interesting and give them a chance here. Thought RRQ were just going to close it out. I didn't think that was actually going to happen, but all credit to Surf.
ini?
You know, he's had a couple of rough rounds, but he's going to open up with another big pick.
The ping must have been there. Gets the shot across. Xfero taken down. Huge kill to be found. Swing out, Jit Boys. Catching a glimpse, just wants to back away.
Yeah, don't mind that. I mean, Elmi Moore's out here. He's just trying to jiggle peek it. Here's the drone, has to run away. Talon gonna hear that as well, as they look to push in pretty quickly.
Oh, what a shot! Dead on entry. Jemkin finding the headshot as well.
What a shot.
That's disgusting. Surf now tagged low, the Odin. Carrying him asunder. Peek out, Jemkin finds himself another.
Spike down, mid.
Cruz dead, Spike dropped, Hunter's Fury now. Crashing across, but Elmi Moore a bit off the mark. Window already broken. No alert system here for MONYET, so he gets taken down. Estrella nearby, but
30 seconds
swing
left.
in ahead of that one to try to find that kill. Surf now lingering. Wait to try to see if he can find a backstab. Jit Boys gets dealt with. Spike still over a tree. Footsteps heard. Elmi Moore conscious of this position and finds that headshot. Everything to do for Governor, but Jemkin finds himself a third as RRQ. One take us over to Icebox.
It's looking very likely at this point. I thought that Ban's initial pick and then the follow-up would have been good enough, but eventually Jemkin just shut the door in their face. We got to see the first one, right?
Yeah, come on.
What? Oh, are we really not? We're not going to see the first kill. We see number 2 and number 3.
The file was corrupted. It was too disgusting.
Yeah, maybe we'll see it in the highlights later on, guys. But yeah, that as you mentioned, headshot as well. Just insane drag on over from him.
Okay, well, Elmi Moore being caught by full flash, and that's just going to be a kill gifted over to Ban effectively here, as Xfero cannot set the aim for another one. Ban down to 2 HP, however. Still puts him in a very rocky position, but man advantage found for Talon, as they need 3 consecutive rounds to take us into another overtime.
I don't quite see it happening at this point, but hey, you never know. You never know.
Can't zoom in with your telescope?
Yeah, I can't quite see. We're going to see this drone over here just to re-clear out B main. And
okay, yep. Just the double check. Sprangman in the smoke, just try to bail him out. Jemkin positioned over in wine.
That was
off Ban.
Yeah, Ban was 2 health.
Okay, well, you know that he's going to be in boats. Estrella, however, trying to stop the Spike from even getting into the site, but can't find the follow-up. Surf and Jit Boy still at full HP versus Jemkin and MONYET.
Never say never. 2v2 here. Spike is planted. Will this be the spark that starts the comeback from Talon?
Must win round already. Cash lacking here from Talon. They keep themselves in the map. Huge for them. Fake on the TP. Baits out some spray. Still don't know Surf's position though. There's the
Last
swing
player
forward.
standing.
Jemkin finding him. And it's all down the Jit boys. Jemkin low on HP. Shots flying. Boom! Boom! Another Red Bull clutch delivered by Jit boys, and Talon stay in the map.
Gila.
Unbelievable.
Sukar
I mean, they do
dipercaya.
come in one by one. They have to clear out boats, and they got to do it quickly. And he just doesn't miss. I mean, Jit Boys is just so on point today. It's kind of insane what this guy is able to do. Yeah. I mean, how are you going to beat that?
I've said it multiple times. You clone Jit Boys 4 times, you have a world beater team. The guy is just insane.
Yeah. And Iraq's going to call this one early. He's not going to wait for 12-11. He's going to say, okay, just calm down. That was... Take a deep breath, everybody. Jit Boys, some insane stuff there. But again, you know, they had to kind of get into Boathouse really quickly. They had to peek in one by one, and Jit Boys just doesn't miss. Like, you can't take anything away from him, and he's able to clutch it there right at the end. But a very back and forth round. Talon, I feel like, just barely clutching at the straws to get that round in their favor. And the timeout could take that momentum away from them. I like this call from Ewok, just to make 100% sure we see Icebox today for this match.
See if they can deliver on that. Stop the run back here. I believe RRQ, their own economy, not particularly fantastic. Especially if they lose out on this round. It would be the setup for that overtime to come to fruition, but they've got the null command, they've got the lockdown, so some critical ults here. Governor with a well-timed null command of his own, though, could prevent this from coming into play for a while.
Yeah.
As they are both situated on B.
We did see some success from Talon pushing through mid before. I think they actually lost that round, but it worked initially, and they might return to it right here. Looks like it.
Jemkin suspecting the push-up. Cloudburst pretty much tells all. Now the null command going to be coming through. Spray going to be sent fragment up over the top. Governor trying to flush things out here. He's stuck on that right-hand side of Jemkin. Able to just spray through the smoke. Finds that kill. Puts the bot down. Opportunity of a recovery pretty much impossible.
Scanning ahead.
Start gets sent. Surf does get pinged. Pulls away and Governor bleeds out on the floor. Now answering null command. At the ready, that lockdown still can be used as Jemkin is ready for the push-up. Shuts down Ban.
Adam.
Jit Boys, that much more pressure put on him. Some shots across Cruz, eventually able to find the kill, but now the lockdown coming through. They have no way to clear this out. They have to push forward. They have to go aggro. Just try and destroy this one. Swing in, and Jit Boys cannot get it done. Cruz now just rushing his way across mid.
Revealing area.
He's going to try to pump fake back over into B. It seems like that's going to be a yes. Recon sent up over the top. He gets the spot, but he doesn't have time to play with. Grabs the weapon. He's going to sprint his way back into the B side. You have to play it.
Yeah, he really wanted one initial pick first. It's just not going to happen. He doesn't have time, so he has to plan it. And now he's got a 1v4.
How do you position for this?
This spot worked for him earlier with the shorty.
It's going to be lumber, but I mean, this is still so risky for him. To get into the site, then he's going to have to play retake, and now the bot is set up as well. They know that he could be anywhere. There's the drop down. Yep, they suss it out pretty damn quickly. MONYET will find the final one. As the defuse comes in, 13-10, RRQ. Extend this series, and they take us to Icebox.
Yeah, really nicely done from RRQ on Ascent, especially their attacker side. Able to make that 7-5, really just putting the pressure on early in this map. And not giving Talon much room to breathe. Sticking in it, you know, they almost came back there, but at the end of the day, RRQ were the better team on Ascent and will bring us to that Icebox.
It's been an exciting series so far. Plenty of action, plenty of tight-knit play between both of these squads, and I think that very well could continue on Icebox, but for now, let's go ahead and give the players a breather as we pass it back over to the analyst desk.
RRQ brings us the distance. Not a very long distance, but one map distance
game yang
into
ketiga,
the Icebox.
Gua restream dulu sejenak.
Nice box there.
Live kurang dulu ya guys ya.
With how they played everything out, it was, you know, it was quite clean, especially in that first half. You know, bringing it to 7-5, like Valdez was saying just now, and yeah, it was a little bit back and forth in the second half. How are you guys feeling now now, going from that very first map that was very scrappy and now seeing how this